Hey, Diary, what's going on? Can you hear me okay? I am doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much. How are you doing? I'll be right there getting everything situated. You know how it is. Oh, shut up. I don't want to hear myself. Hopefully, I got everything right. Oh, no. I hate sneezing fits. Hey, Demon, how you doing? What is going on? Where is my other screen? There it is. Oh, crap. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. Oh, thank you, Diary. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Sorry I'm a little late today. Was running out of time. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it so much. Hold on one second. Get that over there. I'm learning. I'm learning. So before I do anything, I'd like to welcome, Diary, of course, and Shadow Demon. Hope you guys are doing well. I have to say that I have to brag for a minute. Um, my lovely son, I was sitting at the computer about a week ago, and it was midnight here, which means it was 4 a.m. back home in New York, and a message pops up. It says, "Hey, Ma, what are you doing?" It was my son. He just got home from work or whatnot. And he's like, how you doing? Good, good, and stuff like that. And he sat there and was like, "What's your address?" And I'm like, "Why?" I told him my address and everything. That's about the fifth time I've told him and my daughter. And he goes, "Because, whatcha?" And he puts this thing up online. And he goes, "I'm getting you this." And I'm like, "What's that?" So he shows me a picture. He got me this shirt. I know you guys can't see it, but it says, "I never got my letter to Hogwarts, so now I'm hunting with the Winchesters." But not only did he do that, it just came last night. He goes, "What's your wish list on Amazon?" And I'm like, "Ryan," I said, "first of all, this is your money. You know, he's got a girl, they were high school sweethearts." I said, "Splurge it on you guys. Don't worry about me. I'm good." And he goes, "No." He goes, "What do you need?" He knows that come on YouTube. Me and that's our bond. Gaming is our bond. Always has been, always will be. I used to sit up all the time and watch him game until I got motion sickness. Then I had to go to sleep. But and he knows that I love to game. Hey Zach, how you doing? And everything. And I said, well, I need to know how can I get the PlayStation to the computer and all that stuff. This kid went out and bought me a webcam. I told him I was going to get a webcam because the camera I got is great, but it's clunky and I need to move my webcam around to my cards and all that stuff. And he goes, well, Mom, you got to get Logitech. He goes, I have Logitech and it's the best one. And I'm like, okay. Didn't this kid buy me a Logitech webcam? This is brought to you by Logitech webcam. And a capture card for my computer. Not only a capture card, an Elgato capture card. And he's just a good boy. I love him. It doesn't, and the thing with it is the most important part of this whole conversation or this whole thing is he gift wrapped it and he's like, I love you, Mama. And I'm telling you, I'm very proud of my boy. I'm very proud of my boy. I'm very proud of all my kids. I have 2 daughters and a boy. He's the middle child. He's the only lefty. He's the only one that has a birthday by himself. And I'm very proud of that boy. He's 23 years old. He's in the National Guard. He's also a plumber and electrician. You're very welcome, Zach. Good to hear that you're doing well. I hate sneezing fits, diarrhea. Oh my goodness. See, that's the only thing that living here in Alaska, it's very dry. And we get sneezing fits all the time. My husband, he's the one, he's that poor guy. I've never heard anybody sneeze the way he sneezes. He like sneezes one right after another. Like I do, achoo, achoo, achoo. Not him. He goes, choo, 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 choo. And he stops breathing and it's, oh, I've never heard anybody let or sneeze like him. It's crazy, crazy. So I was up late last night, doing the whole checking out the webcam, and I haven't put the capture card in my computer yet, but what'd you dream about, diary? So yeah, I stayed up a little bit longer than I should have last night. Woke up a little bit later than I should have this morning. But I had to play around with it. I had to see what it does. And then of course I had to play once I get playing around with stuff, I play around with my Stream Deck and that. Yeah, I saw that. I actually just saw that this morning. Hey, Smoking and G Sharp, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How you been? Excuse me for a minute. Got a call. All right. You getting rain? Wow, that's wild, diary. That's wild. Wonder what that could mean. So I'm trying this whole situation out here with OBS. I'm still going to obviously broadcast through StreamYards because, well, they just hit my card, so there's another month. Oh, wow. So are you talking about when it first takes off? Or are you talking about the thing that just happened the other night? Or yesterday, last night, whatever it was that I saw this morning? Running on it. That's wild. Huge rainbow shadow. That's pretty wild. Great. So you're basically having a dream premonition of SpaceX is going to kill us. Okay, the pattern impression. Yeah, yeah. Wow. That's wild. That is wild. So if anybody wants to come up, of course I got some news to do, but if anybody wants to come up and share some news, what is that noise? Oh, it sounds like somebody's vacuuming. That scared me. What is going on? Let's see. It felt like something came here. Hmm. I'm trying to think of what that could, what that could be. That's wild. That's cool as hell, though. I mean, it probably wasn't cool as hell with you, but for you, but. All right, shall we get into some news? I had this all set up, and my computer wanted to update, and so I lost it all. So I don't have a lot of news today, but we got some. So let's go ahead and get started. Helps if I share my screen there, Missy. Friday the 28th. Well, that doesn't help. Every month has 28 days. Tell them to give you you know, right on the dot. It definitely could be. I mean, there's some downright, definitely some stuff going on with that. Definitely. All right. Am I sharing? Okay, yes, I am. All right, guys. So, Friday 28th. Yeah. Okay. That would make sense. I'm not awake yet. I haven't had all my coffee yet. So that would Friday the 28th. Hey, beep beep, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. How you doing? So today in the news, a ghost tour participant recently photographed a ghostly figure in the upstairs window of a restaurant in Baltimore, Maryland. The picture, which shows what some believe to be a ghost of a girl in the third floor window of Bertha's Mussels in Fells Point, was taken on Saturday. This is coming from Unexplained Mysteries. Um, so it was taken on Saturday evening between 7 and 9 p.m. by Joseph Henry, who had been on a haunted pub tour with his wife. Good to hear that you're good. Haha, diary. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's Saturday. So here's the picture. What do you guys think? There's the picture right there. They said they were just snapping pictures. Um, when the couple showed the picture to the tour guide, her business partner initially believed that it had been photoshopped until it was pointed out that it had been taken mere moments before. She said that people email her ghost photos all the time, but I've never seen anything like this. And here's a little clip it. Can you guys hear that? Hold on, let's get to the ghost. So, what do you guys think? Is that a ghost of a little girl? I mean, you can definitely. My big thing is, why would she be sticking her arm out? It looks like she's sticking her arm out. I don't know if you guys can see me pointing to that, but it looks like I'm new to this OBS. I mean, I'm not new, but I'm new. I'm used to my StreamYards, just going that way. Um, but would she be sticking her arm out the window? Or unless she's waving, saying, "Hey, I'm up here." Yeah, I can't tell if it's. I mean, I could. This would be the middle of the pane of the window. I don't know. So that's going on in the ghostly world, and that was in Baltimore, Maryland. So if anybody's around that area, Bertha's Mussels is where it's at. So that's, yeah. I mean, considering that they were on a haunted pub tour, that's pretty cool capture. All right, let's go ahead and share that. So, latest ghost news. Well, this ain't the latest because this came out in November 2019. Not much going on in the ghost world. A lost hiker claims ghost led him to safety. After 10 days lost in the wilderness, a Taiwanese hiker found his way back home with a remarkable tale to tell. The alarm was first raised back November 10th when the 60-year-old Sun Ru, that name, failed to return home after going hiking in the mountains of Pingtung in South Taiwan. An extensive search and rescue operation was quickly organized, which at its peak saw 111 police officers, firefighters, as well as 284 volunteers comb the region for any trace of him. After 10 days of unsuccessful searching, things looked grim. But then much to everyone's surprise, suddenly appeared and was taken to the police station by a local villager. His tale is that according to Soong, while hopelessly lost in the mountains, he was approached by a kind couple who led him back towards civilization. He had remained with them for around 2 hours, but then suddenly turned to discover they had completely disappeared. After a brief search, he found the path back down from the mountains. He believes the couple who had guided him were actually the ancestral spirits of two igneous Taiwan people who once lived in the region. Hey, Hawk the Pam, how you doing? So this is not the first time that I've heard about that, but Stan would. I have so many questions for this guy. Like it's like I said, it's not the first time that I've of um heard of ghost people helping people out or whatnot. But it is the first time that I've heard that he's like stayed with them for like 2 hours. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, what do you guys think? Or do you think? I mean, blah, blah, Taiwanese. I can't even speak today. Well, who am I kidding? I can't speak any day. But they have really. I mean, if he thought it was ancestral spirits, and they probably were. Um, but yeah, it's crazy to me that he spent 2 hours with them. I mean, I can understand a ghost pointing the way or leading them to the path right away, but I mean, for 2 hours, that's pretty cool to hang out with a ghost if that was a ghost couple. Can you imagine doing that and turning around and they've like completely disappeared. That would freak me out a little bit, I think. Definitely give me the willies for a little bit. Here's a thought, guys. Let me ask you guys a question. As you can see back here, I have my Scullies with my K2 meter. And the one thing about Scullies, and I'll have to do a video on these, is especially this one at the end right here. That's my Amethyst Scully. She likes to go on walkabouts. Now, you guys can believe this if you want or not, but they do go on walkabouts. They have their own little personalities, and they'll disappear and then come back, or I'll find them on the floor somewhere, and I don't have animals, so it's not that. I'm thinking about doing an overnight stream just to see if I can catch them going on a walkabout and how the hell it happens. Something random. Somewhere in Texas, there's a huge flock of birds flying around a shopping center. Why, Zach? Yeah, especially her. I think she's the one that mostly does it, is my Amethyst one. You can't really see her. But she likes to go on walkabouts. And then I find her, like I said, in the living room or whatnot. My big one hasn't gone on a walkabout yet, but my Amethyst totally does. And I sit there and I want to set up my full spectrum video camera, get all the cameras. Now that I got a third camera, I can set it up and, watch them. They probably won't move now knowing that I'm watching them, but, what are you going to, I can ask them nicely. I know I tried videotaping them the other day, and one of them, I can't figure out which one it was, but did not want to be videotaped at all. So anyway, getting back to the news, I'm probably boring you guys all. The next piece of news I have. Hey, Smoking G. Okay, hold on one second. Hey, Smoking G, how are ya?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking volume for you. Hold on, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking volume for you. Is that me or you?
That, I believe, is you.
Okay, let me turn down. Is that better?
Yep, I believe so. I don't hear anything.
Give me a second. I'm going to put on some headphones.
Okay, no problem. While she is doing that, I am going to go ahead and play this next bit of information. Or bit of information, you know what I mean. Let's see. Okay, good. So, I don't know if you guys know about Ogopongo. He believes that he's captured a definitive Ogopongo sighting on video. So, since a long-time Okanagan resident said he couldn't believe his eyes, he believes he witnessed a giant serpentine creature swimming across the lake with 7 fins padding in sync. He estimated it was about 36 meters long, which is 120 feet. I described it like a dragon boat race, like with oars. So I'm taking it had a long body with the fins going and going and going. I described it as a dragon boat race, like with oars. So if you flip the dragon boat upside down, you would see all those oars coming out of the water. Hey, Means, how you doing? So let's go ahead and play this and see what happens. That's all they have. So what do you guys think? Get out of there. See, I don't know about you guys, but I can't see that. I mean, I can see it. But I think it's hard to. What do you think, Smoking and G Sharp?
I can't tell.
Yeah, it's a very, very far away video.
I mean, but I give everybody, kudos for trying.
Definitely. I totally agree with you.
So very good catch in a way.
Right. And that's the way I look at things. I wasn't there to capture it or to see it, so I can't definitively say, yes, that's what they were seeing or not.
And two, feeling, the feeling that you get when you're in those situations.
Definitely.
Your instincts will tell you, hey, something's really different here.
Yeah, like you get that, what's going on feeling.
Big time.
Yeah, kind of like, I mean, you do that with normal animals too. I know I did that with the sea lion that popped up right in front of me. It's like, oh, no, too close. But yeah.
Yes. So I just found your show. I'm very excited. This is right up my alley. So,
Awesome.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd pop in for a minute. And I don't have an outside news ghost story, but I have my own ghost story.
Well, definitely share it if you would like. Yeah.
Can I?
What this is all about. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Can I share a screen here?
I believe you should be able to.
Okay, yes.
At least that's what they tell me.
Is that sharing? Oh.
I don't see it.
I think you have to click.
Oh, I have to click on. Okay.
That's okay.
There we go.
Excellent. So let me get a sip of coffee.
No problem. Hey, that's why I got mine here.
So back in the late 80s, I was in the US military army, and I was stationed in West Germany at the time. And as you can see, I have this little square going on down below.
Yeah.
I was in the 3rd Armored Division, that little triangle you see up in the corner, and we supported the Big Red One down south. And down here in this corner is the Black Forest.
Ooh.
And in the late 80s, there was a political push. So they had us going out in the woods a lot in our, bivouacs and playing soldier in the field and all that. So we ended up in the Black Forest quite a bit. But this one excursion, we were there about 3 or 4 days. And I was in communications, so we had a van shelter that I worked out of. I left that late at night in the Black Forest. It's very thick, it's very dense, and they gave it that name for a reason. I didn't tell you that. And I live in a foresty area, and it's nowhere comparison. So I went out of my van shelter that evening to, go to the bathroom. And they issued us these huge L-shaped red flashlights that clip on your gear. And they put red filters on them for a reason. So red doesn't travel so far.
Okay.
And if the enemy sees your flashlight they're very close because these only emitted maybe 5 or 6 feet of beam. So I'm walking through this field in forest and my flashlight to the ground. And all of a sudden, something bumped me on my left shoulder. And as I turned up and around to look, I saw a taller silhouette of, I believe, a man with a similar helmet that I was wearing, because back then, let me show you.
Okay.
Oh, this comes up. Back then, yeah, we wore the helmets, that came down below the ears.
Okay.
Okay, it was just about like that. I clearly saw it. And as I turned around to go, oh, excuse me, sorry I ran into you kind of stuff, it disappeared.
Oh, wow.
But I felt it and I saw it.
Wow. Now, was that your first experience?
No, this is my most memorable one.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot.
Right,
but I felt it, and it was just like, I thought I ran into another soldier out there. It was just that clear as,
Yeah.
So I immediately did not have to go anymore, and I ran back to the shelter. I swung open the van door, and my staff sergeant looked at me and she said, what's going on with you? And I was just going, you wouldn't believe this. She goes, don't tell me you saw something. I said, yes.
Wow.
And I climbed into the van. I told her my story, and she was not surprised. She had been stationed in Germany at the time for about 6 years, and she had gone on a lot of excursions. And she had told me 2 other stories with 2 other soldiers in the Black Forest that had, seen, heard clearly something.
Wow.
And she also told me the Black Forest, it is really notorious for its woo,
Right.
There's a lot of history going on there. Thank you. There's a lot of history going on there. And so, yeah, I clearly had a different impression, let's put it that way, after that.
Right, definitely. That's wild. That is so wild.
Yeah.
I thank you for sharing that. I can't imagine. I mean, I can imagine, but I can't imagine just bumping into somebody, saying, excuse me, like you said, and be like, there's nobody there. Like, wait a minute.
Just as you're turning around, you catch a glimpse and it fades. It was, I still get the chills when I
Definitely. You gave me the chills.
Sorry. So, yeah.
That is pretty cool.
And so I don't want to take up all of your show. I just wanted to pop in.
You're fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'll sit up here with you if you don't mind for a minute, and I'll go on mute and let you.
Not at all. You can chime in whenever you want. That's what the show is. My channel is basically, and my regulars know that anytime anybody wants to come up and share something, the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday, or Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I always invite anybody who wants to come up to share in the experiences, give you their thoughts on the stories we do, and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't say it's my channel. I say it's our channel.
Excellent. That's where I'm at too. Totally community.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, definitely. And I like to hear other people's opinions. I'd go down a lot of rabbit holes, and I have to get myself out of them sometimes, So it's nice to hear other people's opinions on things and what they think and that.
Yeah, very cool. Well, thank you very much for having me.
Hey, no problem. So we'll go ahead and get into, unfortunately, because I work, I can only do an hour show. So,
oh, sure.
At the time. Right now, hopefully it'll be longer later. It used to go out to whenever I could stop talking, But we'll go ahead and get into the next thing that I found, which was this It's not. It says a monster, but it's not really a monster. This poor, this poor kid. I wait till you hear the video. It's funny as heck. It's this bizarre three-tentacled sea monster identified. So that's a creepy looking thing. It definitely is. I'm not going to disprove that. But so the marine experts have shed light on a recent viral video showing a bizarre sea creature with three tentacles. It looks like the Tremors thing, if you ask me. Thank you, diary. The unusual footage was originally posted up on a video sharing social media site, TikTok, by user Natalia Vorbok. However, the exact circumstances and locations remain unclear. The video shows the creature flipping around on a wooden deck or a pier, presumably after being fished up by a young man whose voice can be heard expressing disbelief at the particular catch. So here he is. I so would have reacted like that. So anyway, they're saying it is an undeveloped skate. I don't know what that means, or I don't know what skate is. Do you by any chance?
Not at all. It looks like a very odd squid.
Yeah, like it wasn't developed all the way or
Yeah,
anything like that.
it could be a mutation. And they have yet to find everything down in that ocean. They're still coming up with new things all the time.
Exactly.
So,
But
but
yeah, it reminded me of the Tremors movies. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine pulling something like that. I would have freaked out. I would have freaked out a lot more than she did or he did, you know? So the next video that I have is apparently a Bigfoot. Apparently this is not the only time that it's been caught on the WSDOT webcam. So Washington, of course, is known for its Bigfoot sightings.
Absolutely. We are Sasquatch country up here. By the way, I'm located in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So
Okay. That's awesome.
I love this. I love this.
So this apparently a few days ago, let me make sure that this was, yeah, the 26th of January. A few days ago, we reported that Washington State Department of Transportation had captured the image of a large figure walking in the snow, some near Sherman Pass. Now, another of the department's official webcams had picked up something unusual, this time on the wildlife overcrossing of I-90 in East, I don't know what that word is, Snoqualmie?
Snoqualmie.
Okay, pass.
Yeah,
What she
Snoqualmie
said, pass.
We've got a lot of Indian and French Indian blend names up here.
That makes sense. I'm in Valdez, Alaska, so I know how that. I know
Oh,
all that goes. Believe me.
yes. Well,
And
you're
I'm from Western New York, so and there's a lot of Indian culture out there. A lot of names. People are like, "What is that?"
yes.
So this was, yeah. So this was taken. Let's go ahead and play that. Oh, bull! It did that to me last night too. See, I don't get the feel of a Bigfoot. I get a feel of a man walking. Of course, I don't know how big that. And that was it. See, I got the feel of a man walking. I don't know how big that place is, so I can't tell the stride.
Yeah, it definitely had a human gait,
Yeah.
and when it turned around, the human, a Sasquatch, I can imagine, is more kind of like a neck to shoulders kind of, I mean,
Right. Yeah.
like, and when they turn around like a bear or an animal that has a different, we're pretty loose up here as a human, and
Right. Where
animals,
they're not.
yes, they have to do more of a full motion.
Right. Yeah. I definitely, yeah. I saw that last night, and of course, I don't judge anything, so I bring it to the, channel all
Oh,
the
this
time.
is no, this is wonderful. I don't mean to be so uh, contrary.
Oh no, you're fine. I love this. Believe it.
Yeah, my observation. It was a very human gait. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems like at least in other videos that I've watched that could be a Bigfoot or Sasquatch, they had a bigger stride. They had a bigger, like you said, that motion of stiffness,
Yes.
you know? And yeah, so I don't know about that one. I'm on the fence with that one. So, and then the last one I have to share for today is I saw this headline and I had to bring it up. I had to see what was going on. So, this came from Sunday, January 26th as well. Fish farm plans rejected after ferry warning. It says the Scottish Council recently received a letter warning that the lives of his workers could be endangered by ferries. The letter, which was penned by a group calling themselves Friends of Eileen Longboard Ferries, was sent to Highland Council planners in response to plans for a new fish farm that's being considered for a site off the coast of the Isle of Skye. Signed on behalf, Flooded Gary Ferries. The letter explained that the local population of Mermaid Lake Ashfrey could survive a terrible fate if the salmon farming venture was to go ahead. Ashari live for 100 years and will come to the surface of the water once every century to bathe in the moonlight, which uses them to help them grow, the letter read. It is proven that the steel of the fish farm cages draws many Ashari to the. It's proven that the steel of the fish farm cages draw many Ashari to the surface, with only results they melt. Apparently, when they hit the steel, they melt. So the letter also warned that anyone working on the proposed fish farm would be at risk of being lured to their doom by promises of gold and jewels from the region's supernatural residents. They also mentioned water spirits known as the Blue Men of the Minich. And after a 6-hour consultation plans for the fish farm were ultimately rejected. So what do you guys think about that?
That is a fascinating story.
Right? No, I mean, I get over there the lore over there is, I mean, we believe in ghosts and everything, but their legends and lores, I mean, we have our legends too, but we're not as inclined to believe in them.
Yeah, we've gotten conditioned and watered down.
Right.
Yes, yeah. This is my personal hit. I think the Americas were the land of the big people because
Oh, I agree.
they find a lot of huge, and the big people are everywhere, not just here. But I think in the UK and that area, they were the land of the little people
Mm-hmm.
that have perished or hidden or gone into different places. But I do think some things like this can surface again.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And I mean, it's obviously something if they rejected the plans, because, back here, if somebody came to one of the officials and said, oh, we can't go ahead of this because of mermaid people, they'd be like, whatever. So obviously somebody on that council believes that these Ashari are coming up and they're going to be coming up.
That's right. Those Scottish folk have seen something.
Yeah, definitely.
They
Definitely.
there's something more to that. They have their little secret, and I think it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I love legends and I love lore, especially when it comes from Scotland or anywhere in the UK, Europe, anywhere over there.
Yes.
I love it. I truly, they don't, a lot of that, it's not like American people where we just write to tell our story. It's, they're, it's like embedded.
Oh, yes. No. They do. They have their beliefs, customs, superstitions, and I
Yep.
mean you're correct. It's in the culture, Very
Yeah,
fascinating.
it is. I
That
just
is
thought when I read that it got rejected, I'm like, oh, wow, that's wild.
I mean, somebody saw something and it has a lot of weight. They're
Yeah,
not,
exactly.
that's the superficial story, but there's something there.
Definitely, definitely. So yeah, that's all my news for this. Like I said, I had it all set up, and then my computer decided to update or something. I'm like, where's all my windows?
Oh yeah. When everything freezes up, it is a very sad moment.
It is. It is. I'm like, come on.
Well, thank you, Shadows, very much for having me on. I'm coming back as soon as I can. This is great. This is right up my alley.
Awesome. Well, to tell you a little bit about the channel,
Yes.
Monday we have Monday Musings, which is mainly about paranormal stuff,
Oh,
paranormal stories, all that good stuff. Um, Wednesdays I have uh, What If Wednesdays, which is basically about conspiracy theories or, stuff like that. And then Friday, I try to go run through all the sites and see what the freakiest news I can find is.
excellent. This is great. Absolutely
Yeah.
great.
And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I usually have tarot and oracle readings too. So
Oh, excellent. Because that is my thing. I do the
nice.
tarot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, definitely have you up again. Well, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So take care and everybody out there and have a wonderful day.
You too as well. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. All right, guys. That's it for today. That's all the news I have for today. I thank you, as always, Zach, Diary, Shadow Demon. Of course, thank you so much for coming up. Um, Memes of Destruction was here. James was here from Hawk the Fam. Zach, of course. Yeah, Smoking G. Thank you so much for coming up. That was about, I love that. I love that. Um, Beep Beep was here, of course. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for coming up. Thank you to my son Ryan for getting me my stuff. I appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I look forward to this. I really do look forward to that. I miss doing this. For anybody that don't know, I used to have the schedule and then I had to give it up for a while and I'm back to doing it. So it's getting slow-mo back into getting used to it again. But I thank you guys for coming up. Thanks for sharing. I love you guys, and I will see you next time, Monday Musings. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, but I'll figure it out. Thanks, everybody, for coming up. I love you. Mwah.
Tell me pretty lies.